She in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the cloud.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Got to hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
Leopard! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Leopard! Watching that, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
All right, here we go. Blue landed!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the left side, this is Stills. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 at the 19. On play action, they'll throw. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Parker unable to get that one. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change or at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney! Gun! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. He got 29 yards that time.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
Here we go now.
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I
good.
just need some chocolate in a box of tissues. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. And the Eagles out in front early. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Stills. And got his man. Complete. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Drake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watching now, Barney. Barney. Watching now, Barney. Barney.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Stills. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! Over!
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking deep downfield. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Crabtree the target on that one. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Gun!
To throw now on 1st down. He goes underneath to Drake. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He dumps it off to Dre. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sanders' kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So another good job defensively, because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all, because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 56 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Jackson operating from the gun. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Danny Amendola on the return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Leopard!
On the give, this is Drake. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. They're coming. They're coming. Hey, hey, hey. Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Check, check. Three down. Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Crabtree, the intended receiver. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
Well, there have been stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
He's going to... Man, it's caught inside the 10. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. That one goes for 36 yards. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception and as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques. He has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson back into his end zone. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play that time for the Ravens. 62 yards. Back to the NFL scoreboard for his third quarter in Indy. And the Colts have scored to move in front. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
No, check. Patriot. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun, 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 gun.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Going for the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And Stills over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. Going deep here for Still. And that's caught inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They go play action here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Going for it all. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Here's Barrett on play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Over, over! Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Gun!
Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Lucky 56. Gun!
Now Jackson on second down. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Gun! Over!
Jackson on first down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play it worked for big yardage.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over!
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Hogan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now Amendola. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balazs. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the shotgun, here's Barrett. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Muhammad Wilkerson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Williams. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Detroit!
On second down, here's Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now, the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he's able to get it out of there. And out come the Dolphins now. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now it's the backup, Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And he checks this one down to Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
No, check, Patriot! Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
On second down, Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone. Over, 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 over.
Here's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Crabtree that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
3-19. 3-19. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over.
Now Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. taken from just outside the 30. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Right over the middle by Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a second. Down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. That game's gone final in Indianapolis, and it was the Colts emerging victorious. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Ravens, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Miami, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.